It's Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
Clobberin time! Clobberonimo! It's Clobberin time! Clobberonimo!
Yeah, greetings. Greetings, clobberers, clobberonimos, clobberooskies, clobberoids, clobberettes, clobberians, and every other kind of clobberer, and everyone else. The secret is to bang the rocks together, guys. So great to see you all, my friends. Welcome. Welcome to another week. Let's get this week rolling, right? Clobberin Times, issue number 621 on YouTube, and number 1,321 overall of 14 and a half years of this, or 14, whatever it is. So it's Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk, folks. Named after our dear departed, but never forgotten great friend, Mark Stephen Chure. And it is absolutely magnificent to see you all, my friends, here tonight. And I thank everyone who is here, and hopefully more will be here soon. Hopefully. I want to say a big shout out to the great J-Man, because I had a fantastic time earlier on his channel with he and Sean and myself reviewing 3 more issues of the Legion of Superheroes in our ongoing quest and mission to review all of the appearances of the one true Legion, silver and bronze only, in chronological order. And that was number 13 of our shows we've been doing on that. So it's going to take a while to do them, and we're going to do it all. And on J-Man's great channel, if you have not, please go seek out. If anyone puts the link in there, I'd appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the great J-Man's channel. And what a fun time that was, buddy. I really enjoyed it, Jay. Thank you so much for having me over there. And let's see here. May as well do a few show notes while we're waiting for. Hopefully we'll have more friends pop in later. Show notes would be. Let's see. Tomorrow night, I'll be over there with Tom and the gang as per usual, and the Midnight's Edge boys, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with that great group over there. What else? I think the great Mark D with a C, who had to move the geekery over from last night, who wasn't feeling well. By the way, shout out to the great Mark D with a C. I hope you're feeling better, buddy. And if he moves the geekery over to tomorrow night for a special stream, then I'll be joining him for that. Special Sunday night geekery on a Tuesday night. I think he's planning on doing that. He'll let us know later, hopefully, to be sure. But hopefully, if that's the way it goes, that will be fantastic. And then back here on Wednesday night, kicking off August, which is, of course, King of Comics Month, Jack Kirby Month, every August on Clobberin Times. And I'm looking forward to that. Wall-to-wall Jack, except obviously not our Clubhouse shows or our Star Trek shows, but you know what I mean, all the other shows, of course, that are comics and other related will be dedicated to the King of Comics. August, Jack Kirby Month, folks. Looking forward to that as always. A lot of fun. Paying our respects and homage and celebrating the great King of Comics himself. So that'll be that. That'll be Wednesday night, which also I'll probably do a Oki's Roundtable Wednesday night, if that's going on. I never know for sure, but if it is, it's up and running. We'll do it. There'll also be the Clubhouse Thursday nights, as you all know. Clobby's Clubhouse with, of course, the most wonderful first officer of the fleet, Commander R.M. Briggs, and the great Chief Engineer, Monica D. with AC, with our usual Tales of TwoMorrows reviews, Jerry Anderson's UFO reviews, reviewing a Star Trek comic, all that good stuff, and much more on the Clubhouse Thursday nights, same Clobby time, 9 p.m. All these shows on my channel, 9 p.m. Central. And even though Thursday nights I also go hang out with the gang at Midnight's Edge After Dark. On Friday nights, I think Friday early, I don't have a poster for it, but I think I'll be hanging out for a while with our buddy Dad Man on his channel, talking some football Friday night, Hall of Fame stuff. And then I also, with Nick Weiser and the gang, my good buddy, the Good Comic Shop Talk gangs for that on Friday nights. And then, of course, back to Saturday night Star Trek. Every week, we will be reviewing 4 more episodes of Star Trek Voyager. Again, myself and my wonderful first officer, R.M. Briggs. And I know I forgot something. Oh, I'll play it at the end. Damn it, what's wrong with me? Sorry, everybody. Okay, so how about some shouty-outies? Some hellos to our good friends who are with us in the chat. Whether they're here or not, the wrenches get the shout-outs. It's the way it goes around here. Eric K., the great bronze wrencher. Chris Persia, Vindicator Wrencher, the great White North. Peabod Martin, the wrench of iron. Lord Thoth. And, of course, shout out to Lady Thoth. He is the god of wrenching, and he is, of course, Avon lives, long live the Legion, all the time, buddy. My partner in crime on Earth, B, the wrench without fear, the great J-Man. He is, and Legion reviewer extraordinaire, of course. Master of the cloud owning, comic artist extreme, Hungry Boy. Super Wrench Supreme, Kal-El. Maddie's Daddy, Wielder of Reach Melia. That wacky phantom outside here, the old rascally wrench himself. And, of course, Clobberin Time's own music, Meister Maximum Redstone. Hope you're feeling better out there, buddy. Hope you are doing better. And now to take a look and say hello to our friends who are with us in the chat. Starting out with the great aforementioned J-Man rather, Gasp. Jeremiah Hembry. I'm not sure if we've met before, but thank you for being here. Keely Chow, Roll Tide. Your Muslim uncle, hello, my friend. Badass, what's up, buddy? What's up? Good to see you, bro. Penny, it's great to see you here, Penny. Love at you. Guagnar, what's up, my friend? Victor Fontaine, hey there. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. Brian Hepburn, hey there, buddy. John Rupa Shaggy, what's up, dude? Joe Dog, hey there. Yeah. Well, looks like I think I got everyone so far. Of course, everyone will be shouted out in as they arrive in due course, of course. Yep, hello from J-Man to all of you. He can't really type. He's got his finger messed up, but he sends you his wishes and his hellos from the great J-Man. And we had a lot of fun earlier tonight, but it was really cool. Reviewing Legion. And we're going to review a comic tonight. It was a last-second decision. I couldn't decide what to review. So in Under the Wire, I went back and read a comic I had not read in a long time. I wanted it to be something completely off the wall or something completely just, random. Only one, though, because we'll do some other stuff after that. But I thought it would be fun to do something random, And during Jack Kirby month, I will definitely review a couple of Kirby comics. amongst other Kirby topics. But it's always fun to do some comics reviews. So I think we got it. That's a nasty rumor there, Keely Chow. Clobby owned a comic shop. Yeah, well, I owned one, but I also borrowed a few others. Used them for my own ends. Ran some others here and there. So, all right, well, who's ready to start on our comics review? What say we do? It doesn't take long to review a comic. It takes a little bit longer when there's more than one person, but when it's me, it won't take that long. We'll do it really quickly. So I like to do it very random. I mean, look, big Bronze Age comic guy here, but I love the Silver Age as well. It just doesn't exactly, D, but who didn't at this thing? It just, we're never going to run out of great stuff. Either we didn't read it or we haven't read it in so long. I remember when J-Man sounded just like Stan Lee. But the good thing is, we still got, whether you hate new comics or not, I can't stand modern stuff or no. But there's a lot of fun stuff out there to just pull out from random. And so here I was trying to think of, when I can't think of what to review, that's the problem. And that is the big problem. There's so much stuff. And I have a crappy memory, so it's kind of good. If I haven't read something in 10, 20 years, it feels new, really, in a sense. In this case, this is a comic I haven't read in, oh my God, 30, 40 years. I mean, I have it. I didn't think of it. I was looking all over the place. I want to do something that was quick, a one-off type thing, right? What will I review tonight? A Marvel or a DC? If I had a chance, I'd have done 2 comics, but I only got the 1 done. That's okay. We'll talk some other stuff. And, since we're going into Kirby month, this is not a Kirby comic, but it's one of his creations. I decided, how about a Marvel 2-in-1 random issue? But one with a bit of a different twist. So tonight, I will be reviewing Marvel 2-in-1 number 21. Any of you familiar with this one? Bush Pan Down. Hey there. The Thing and Doc Savage. I'm a big Doc Savage fan. I don't know how many of you are. Have no fear, the man of bronze is here. He's not too well known these days, of course, but you got to love the Man of Bronze. And this is the Man of Bronze and the Man of Orange. Man of Bronze and the Man of Orange rocks. So, when this comic, was first released in 1976, it was around at the time of that Ron Ely movie by George Powell. I never got to see the movie in theaters here. But I'd seen it. I'd put a couple of Doc Savage books with the great James Bama covers, and of course some of the Marvel Doc Savage comic books. So that's where I knew Doc Savage from, was actually seeing a couple of the comics before I started seeing the books. There's a great Marvel had some regular black, 4-color black Doc Savage comics. Didn't always have the best art, but they had a black and white mag, one of their Curtis magazines. And if any of you ever have not seen the black and white Marvel magazine of Doc Savage, those were the best comics, some of the best Doc Savage comics ever done, in my opinion. Oh, cool, J-Man. Yeah, I know you're a big pulp guy, J-Man, so of course, yeah. Love Doc. Love the movie. Got some of the pulps, sure. Hey, Fanty. So, yeah, I've always loved Doc Savage. You know how I feel about The Thing. So I always thought, this issue is always, this cover is enough right there. This cover says it all. This cover's one. I mean, I'm going to get this done on a T-shirt when I can. You had me sold at the cover. I remember when I bought this at the stands. I did at the time, like I said earlier, I didn't know much about Doc Savage other than I've seen the book covers and I read a couple of the comics. And this is what made me want to go out and find out more about Doc Savage. Let me see how old I was. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I was just like a week or two shy of 12 years old when this comic came out. And it made me want to learn more about Doc Savage, which I did, of course. So let's go ahead and review. Well, I'll go ahead and review. Marvel 2-in-1 presents The Thing and Doc Savage, number 21. What happened? Oh. I messed up my own other. What are you doing? Stop it. Okay. I shared the wrong thing. I no wonder. Okay. Don't share that. What are you doing, idiot? Imbecile? Oh, there you are. Idiot. No wonder. Freaking imbecile. Where are you? All right. So, Marvel 2-in-1 number 21. Classic Comics Review. Clobby's Classic Comic Review right here. Okie doke. Simply Steve, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. All right, man. Good to see you all. Good to see Eric, all of you here. All right, so if you have not read this comic, here you go. If you don't want it spoileried, now's the time for me to warn you. I'm going to spoil the hell out of it because I'm going to talk about the whole damn thing. And, this comic, of course, is written by Bill Mantlo with pencils by the great Marvel 2-in-1 penciler Ron Wilson, who our great buddy Mark D with a C met this weekend. And, of course, inked by Pablo Marcos, colorist Janice Cohen, and Karen Mantlo did the lettering. Archie Goodwin, the great Archie Goodwin, the great writer and editor from Marvel, later, and, stuff, of course, a great comic writer himself, is the editor. This is some of, I think, Mantlo's finest work, really. I mean, for me, I think. And Pablo Marcos, I always really like Pablo Marcos inking Ron Wilson. Maybe I don't know what Ron thinks about it. The cover is obviously Ron Wilson did the full cover himself. And that's a classic Thing pose right there. The greatest heroes of two eras fighting side by side against the Black Menace, with the deadly menace called the Black Sun. The deadly menace called Black Sun. Black Sun, the character. All right, so this is a very different type of storytelling for the time. I was like, Stan Lee, not you. The Thing and Doc Savage. Together, TM. I was like, The Thing, TM, and Doc Savage, TM. Together. No, not question mark. Oh, I'm sorry. That's an exclamation point that I created. Yeah, that's it. Yes, Doc Savage is originally and almost pretty much just a pulp hero of Bushpan. Now, Doc Savage, created by Kenneth Robeson is the pen name, but actually by a gent named Lester Denton and a few other people actually for pulp magazines in the 20s, 30s. But like I said, there was one movie in 1976, I believe it was, by George Powell. And then there's some comics here and there. Marvel did some comics. DC did some comics. Millennium did some comics. Some other companies later, like Dynamite and other ones. There have been comics. But he's a pulp character. So this is a pretty interesting opening style of storytelling for this issue. I thought Bill Mantlo and Archie Goodwin came up with a nice idea. As you can see, he's doing something you didn't see much done at the time. It was split pages. One take, 1976 Baxter Building with Benji Grimm working out there with Johnny hanging out with him. And then 1936, 86th floor of the Empire State Building, which, of course, was where the Doc Savage and his group hanging out. He's hanging out there with Monk Mayfair and Rennie. Colonel John Renwick gets the affirmative. So they're both, both get a ring at the doorbell, as it were. And, some banter between Johnny and Ben. Doc's the more reserved type himself. He tells Monk, but Doc tells, let the lady in, Monk. Doc knew it was a lady, knew what was going on. And of course, from there, each page breaks down your story into two halves of very similar events occurring at the Baxter Building in 1976 and at the Empire State Building in 1936. And it's a lady. They have the same name, but they're not. Of course, one is, the one obviously in the future, which is actually on the left-hand side here. In 1976, the far-flung future, Claude Saling, hey there, is the daughter of the lady in 1936, of course. And she comes in to see. She's obviously looking for help. And it turns out she's been abused. Both of them have been abused. Even though, of course, it's they're 40 years apart. And turns out she has a story to tell. Basically, she has been attacked. The younger lady, of course, in our time, and 2000 May, 1976 girl, of course, had been abused by her twin brother, Tom. But in the case of 1936, it's the lady's husband, Nobel Prize winning astronomer husband, Raymond Leitner. Turns out, almost two peas in a pod, Raymond Leitner doesn't know that he's going to have a son later, but he's the same basic guy. He's working with all the same. He's basically a genius, an engineer genius, like his pappy, but they're both a couple of warped geniuses because, that's the way it rolls in comics and other types of fiction, pulp, or whatever, because, hey, you got to have that. Yep. Well, indeed, simply, Steve, it goes without saying. You got to have that crazy, mad scientist so you don't get any good comic books, right? Am I right? So these two ladies go, and of course, both related to these two guys, these two bad guys. Very similar stories, 40 years apart. The mother and the father, and the mother and the sister, and the daughter, and the father and the son. And they have a very basically parallel story. The father's story, which is being told to Doc Savage and his men about how he's got this machine, which is helping him basically absorb starlight and solar and star energy into himself. And it turns out the son has resurrected that science, and he's doing the same thing 40 years apart. So, of course, the wife in the 30s goes to the only person she can think to go of, the world famous Doc Savage, great adventurer and scientist, who even her jerk husband has admitted to having respect for. Fast forward to 1976, and this young woman goes, the only who could help me, but of course, the Fantastic Four. Now, it turns out that Reed and Sue are nowhere to be found and not mentioned which, of course, a lot of Marvel 2-in-1 stories are that way. Ravenscroft, welcome. A lot of Marvel 2-in-1 stories, with Ben, like, he's going somewhere, he's doing something. And the other FF members are off. So I kind of thought it was cool that Johnny was with him in this. And it's a kind of a clever way that the Marvel 2-in-1 title has a lot of different types of meanings in this story, this issue. So Reed and Johnny, naturally being the superheroes that they are, agreed to help. And of course, Doc Savage, being the hero that he is, agreed to help. So they go out to where they take the Fantastic car with the lady out to where where the machine is and where her twin brother is. Same as Doc, 40 years earlier, is taking the lady. Actually, they didn't take the lady with her in this case because it was 1936. What are you going to do? Taking the auto gyro out to the same location. Because that's how heroes roll. What's up, Shooter? Good to see you, man. Always great to see the Shooter here. All right, buddy. So here we are. And you got this, basically a lot of cool interchanges so far just between each group and each lifetime. But what I loved about it was, because you're reading going, man, I want to see, you're not sure. Are we going to see a team up or what? But Black Sun somehow screws up time and shoots both intruders are shot down, Doc and his men, and Ben and Johnny from the Fantastic car. And the father and the son, over the 40 years of time span, joined together. They merged with each other. We are Black Sun. There you see. Which is, not the last you'll see of him. Yes, Ravenscroft, Marvel 2-in-1 number 21. So, of course, they're all falling to their deaths. Naturally, Johnny Storm flames on and saves the lady. He lets Ben hit the dust. Boom. Ben, of course, hits the ground. He said, just had the wind knocked out of me, Junior. And like Doc Savage is impressed with Ben. You fell quite some way without a chute, friend. How clean air and good living, pal. But you mind telling me where you three popped up from and seeing how we was the only ship up there a few minutes ago? So the explanations are thankfully brief, he says. Everyone down, shield the girl from debris. That's typical 30s sexism. But I love how after they're attacked, there's a bit where, of course, Black Sun is explaining, this is Leitner's voice. Okay, but I'll buy that. But what's with this wee jazz? But Raymond Leitner's the father. We came looking for the son. Monk, are you thinking what I'm thinking? Maybe Penny, that's the fade out. The auto gyro pulled when it beamed, blah, blah, blah. Basically, we know that they're part of each other now. But my favorite part is when Ben finds out when he finds out it's Doc Savage. It ain't possible. Ben becomes fanboy because it's Doc Savage, man. One of the real first heroes. So Ben's pretty, And then again, at this point, this is a very short issue. It's not much of a battle with Black Sun. He blasts Johnny. Then Benji starts kicking his ass. He says, it's double or nothing, better known as clobbering time. And boom, boom, boom. Doc Savage comes into the fight. Doc Savage lays him out. Then they're barely able in time to stop him. He goes up and he collapses. We don't know why Black Sun is collapsing, but he does. And the story ends right there as far as the crossover between Doc Savage and the Thing. Somehow something's happened to Black Sun, which, by the way, it won't completely end. At least it seems this issue. And I might even cover the rest of the Black Sun story. And with his disruption at an end, the temporal field that drew us here is fading as well. Farewell, brothers, says Doc Savage. And then the Thing says, hey, wait, I ain't got your autograph yet. How do you like that? And me, his biggest fan. Please, brother, my brother needs a doctor, says the lady. We'll get him one, Miss Lightner. The best there is, a guy named Don Blake, back in New York, who, needless to say, also goes by the name of the Mighty Thor. They didn't say that, the comic book did. So basically, of course, that means that to be continued next issue. Or will it be? It'll definitely be Thor. Whether it will be that issue, who's to say? Matthew Pounder, what's up, buddy? So see, I can review a comic quick here. Quickly, even. But in all seriousness, this is a fun comic, man. I thought. Again, hey, Dave Bob, what's up? Says, I ain't even going to try anymore. Anymore what? What ain't you going to try, bud? How you doing, man? You all right there, Dave Bob? Good to see you, man. Zachariah, what's up, dude? All right. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Well, so Dave Bob, what's the deal, man? You're not going to try anymore. Whatever do you mean? Hope it's nothing serious. Yeah, Brian, this issue, like I said, I like Marcos inking Wilson. But again, I would like to see another issue where he really teams up with Doc Savage longer than that. But, you had to have the time difference and stuff like that. And the fact that they did it at all. Yes, as I mentioned earlier, Mark D with the C just got to hang out with Ron Wilson, meet him this past weekend. Hope you're feeling better, dude. So, but this issue was just fun getting to see. I thought it was a pretty good an interesting dichotomy of the story. I would like to see a whole issue with him and Doc Savage. I don't know why they didn't do more. I only know that there were legal issues to concern. For example, I don't think they could put this in the omnibus or anything. But this is one of my all-time favorite Ron Wilson covers, though. I would get this signed by Wilson if I met him again. And I would get this on a shirt. In fact, I think I had it made on an old shirt. Oh, you know what? I think I have this one on one of my old shirts. I think. Now I'm drawing a blank. I have so many old shirts. Anyway. So, yeah. I hope Ron Wilson was cool though. It sounds fun. See here. So I'll tell you what, as a bonus, we'll skim through the next issue to see if Black Sun is in that one, because I know they used him again. Boisterous Bill Mantelo, Rampage and Ron Wilson, prolific Pablo Marcos. Yep, this was a continuation of Black Sun. So maybe I'll follow this saga. I mean, after all, it's Thor. So pretty cool looking comic, huh? Thing, what's up? All right, look who's here, the Thing. It's Clobberin time. Actually, this is for you, Thingo.
It's Clobberin time.
Good to see you. Yes, Ravenscroft, I do too. I love Marvel 2-in-1. Dave Bob says, I have so many old comics. I'm not in the acquisition phase anymore. I'm going to divest as I go. Gotcha. I understand and stand under, sir. I'm under the standing as well. Reading you on FM. Reading you on FM stereo. Blake, I have come for you. Wow. I wonder if this guy knows he's attacking Thor. Who is this guy attacking Thor? I haven't read this in the Coon's Age. And that's, Ron and, let me tell you something. Ron and Pablo, that's a fantastic Thor panel right there. Let's leave. Hey, Cam. Cam's Crash Course is welcome. Good to see you. How about that? Is that not a cool Thor panel by Ron Wilson and Pablo Marcos? Good for them. And thou art a stranger no longer to he who also sees through the eyes of an immortal. Blake is gone, evil one. The cane has struck, and it is Thor, god of thunder, that doth confront thee now. Yes, I agree. I miss old Don Blake. Whatever happened to Don Blake? I know he's not around anymore. Did they just kill him or something? Because in Marvel, who knows with their garbage. You now face the wrath of Thor, god of thunder. That would make a great shirt right there. He faded away, man. It's Seth, the Egyptian god of death. So they're going looking for Don Blake while he happens to be fighting an Egyptian god. And then I love how Ben just says, hey, he's attacking Thor. I'll go punch his ass out. Excuse me, gents, but is there a doctor in the house? Who dares? I'll give you 2 guesses, Chummo, and it ain't Marcus Welby. Nice. That's some nice work by Ron on that one there. There was some sloppy pages leading up to it, but that was some pretty nice work. I love that page. Yeah. Shooter, I hear that they did, but I'm not sure. I just know that there's no Don Blake around anymore. Ben is predictable, but that's in the best of ways. You're right. It's pretty predictable. He sees somebody fighting Thor, he's going to punch the dude fighting Thor. Doesn't think too much ahead, does he? Say it. Just realize they ain't asked whether you're the bad guy or not. You're the bad guy I've been looking for. I mean, can you just picture how embarrassed I'm going to be if you're not? He punches him again. I love Ben. He says, hey, you might not be the bad guy, but I'm punching you again anyway, bitch. Uh-oh. Hey, Thunder God, I just got here. Got any ideas? Aye, Ben Grimm. Battle as thou hast never battled before, for the world doth hang in the balance. You heard the man, you bony yahoos. He's got his way of saying it, but I prefer a short and sweet. Line up, boys. It's clobbering time. Or it's also
It's clobbering time.
yeah. I love fun comics. Oh, I'm sure you got this one, Dave Bob. This is Marvel 201 number 22. Shall we see what happens? Hey, look at the letter. Am I the only one that goes through old comics and messes around with the letters pages? I like reading the letters pages, especially when it's some big name involved, like this has their letter reprinted. Okay, the next issue. Cool cover. Wilson and Sinnott cover. Wow, look at this. Matlow didn't finish writing the story. Shooter finished and did half of it for him. Ron Wilson with an assist from Maurice Severin, inker Pablo Marcos. Wow. That's something right there. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Hey, what you going to do? Yes, Ravenscroft. I think T.M. Maple actually passed away in the 90s. And what's funny about T.M. Maple is that he only started writing letters sometimes in the 70s. I did around around 1994. I was reading an article about him just a few months ago, maybe like 1994 or whatever. It was he passed away, but over that short period of time, maybe less than 20 years. I don't know what it was exactly. Maybe less than 20 years. Everyone knew him for all those letters he wrote in all those comics. T.M. Maple was one of the biggest names in letter writing comics there was. And it's funny how he didn't make comics or anything like that, but he had letters printed in so many comic books that if you were, a reader back then, you knew that name because when you were a kid reader back then, you looked at the letters pages. Usually, I did. I think most people did. Yeah, that's right, Dave. But yeah, TM's been gone like I think 1994. So yeah, died very young. But the fact that we know the name of a guy who all he did was write letters in the comics is pretty cool. Yeah. Kevin C. McConnell, he was another one that wrote a bunch of them. I think he's still around. Anyway, look, why not take another? We're not reviewing it. We're just taking a look at it real quick. What the hell? The legions of hell are many, mortal, but even Seth knows they are no match for their combined might. Their sole purpose is to tire us, weaken us. Only then will the death god himself step forward into the fray. Thanks for the playback, Goldilocks. I was going to ask, seeing as how we were in the hospital 5 seconds ago, and now we're caught in a Harryhausen special effect. Oh, man. Good dialogue. So, from one crazy adventure to another. Whoa, that's a big Kirby-ish looking bastard, isn't he? Yeah, fun. I just love looking at old comics. Fun, fun, fun. Goes Daddy, takes the T-Bird away. What are you gonna do? Artie Simek, Joe Doug says Artie Simek was a great letterer in the early Marvel comics until his passing in the 70s. Joe Dog, yes, absolutely. We take the letterers for granted, don't we? Ravenscroft. By the way, it's Monday Night Mark C Comics Talk. Anybody wants to talk anything about comics? And ask, and now's the time. I said openly because, like I said, next month it's going to be all busy with Kirby stuff, being Jack Kirby month. So this is the last of a month before we can just do whatever we want as far as comics are concerned on a Monday night. Anybody have letters printed? I did. I had some in DP7 and Suicide Squad, Inspector and Haywire. Some of the lower selling titles. I got an advanced preview of the Kents. My claim to fame. Well, says Ravenscroft. Well, that's cool. You got more than I did. I only have one letter ever printed. That was Incredible Hulk number 251, I think. I always forget the damn issue number. Guard, don't sin. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Anybody who has any comic-related questions or anything like that, though, sure. Let's see. I think it was 251. Bum, 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 bum. I'll say. Not 251. What was it then? Yeah, it was 251. That was it. Yeah. It's a fake hope. There we go. All right. So yes, of course, everybody. Starting in August, it's all time. That's all things Jack Kirby month. Yes, indeed. Let's see what you're saying in there. D-Bud says, what was the first issue of the Fantastic Four that you ever bought? It was in the form of a Power Records. Hey, it's Courtney. Good to see you there, my dear. It was in the form of a Power Records, D-Bud, although it was a reprint of Fantastic Four 126 by Buscema and Sinnott. The Fantastic Four, the way it began, it was a retelling of the origin. What's your favorite artist-writer combo in a book? Artist-writer combo, for me, it would be, it's interesting because Alan Moore did great work with a lot of different artists, and other writers have done great work, but somehow they're better. I tell you, gotta be honest, and thank you so much for the super chat there. It's a good question. I would probably think it's either Englehart and Rogers because of their Batman detective work, or Batman stories, the Detective Comics, the Definitive Batman, as a, hey, Captain Infinity and beyond. But as a writer-artist combo, because usually it's, the artist is the power behind the story. As a writer-artist combo, since you got to understand here, I don't consider Lee and Kirby to be in writer-artist combo. I consider Kirby to have done all the work. So I don't count them. I don't count Lee on anything. But Wolfman and Perez done some great stuff on New Teen Titans. Actually, Claremont and Byrne, because they covered each other up so well on their X-Men run. One of the greats as far as writer-artist combos. Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons naturally, but they only have the two stories, really, the Watchmen story and the Superman annual. And I knew you'd find a way to bring chicken into this, Captain Infinity. But it's an interesting question. There aren't that many when I really think about it. Well, thank you, Cardney. Appreciate that, man. Miller and Mazzucchelli on Born Again would be one of the greats. But like I say, as far as some of these guys only teamed up like one or two times. But still, yeah, I mean, if you're talking about simply so good, even though they only teamed up once or twice, I'd probably say Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons because they did Watchmen and the Superman annual for The Man Who Has Everything. Lynn Weed and Bernie Wrightson on their Swamp Thing run. Oh, yeah, but Born Again, Miller, Mazzucchelli, Born Again, and Batman Year One. Now, I have a lot of quote unquote, if you'll pardon the pun, some issues with Batman Year One, but I love it. It's still great. So that's a classic. Okay, we'll go ahead and say that here's what we'll do. We'll go and say that if they had more than two runs together, then I would call them a team. You know, because Doug Minch had a lot of different teams on Master of Kung Fu. Him and Paul Gulacy, him and Gene Day, him and Mike Zack, you know. He and Bill Sienkiewicz on Moon Knight. So, and other stuff. So you could definitely say that they had Doug mentioned, you know, had a lot of other people that he teamed up with. But they were pretty good. What's a good team though? Wolfman and Perez on New Teen Titans. Englehart and Rogers, like I said, Englehart Rogers on that the definitive Batman run on Detective Comics in the mid-70s. Great stuff. Now, O'Neil Adams is a great team up on Green Lantern, Green Arrow, but the stories, yeah. Michelini and Layton's a fantastic one, D-Bud. Thank you. Good call. Dave Bob says, I just collected comics. I didn't live them. I think most people would have to concur with that. I've never considered myself a collector. I respect collectors. I have many friends who are collectors. Ostrander, Mandrake. Are you talking about the Spectre? Matthew Pounder? Or on Suicide Squad? And that was Luke Donald. So, Alan Moore, Bissett, Totalman, that was a great team on Swamp Thing. I never really considered myself much of a collector. I'm a fan of the art form. Hey, Batty's Daddy. I'm a fan of the art form. What I mean by that is simply it's not anything nose in the air or anything like that, because I love a lot of my best friends are collectors. If I loved a book, I would collect it. If I didn't like it, I didn't want to have it, didn't really care about it. So I'd drop it and eventually sell them out, get rid of them, whatever. I want the comics that I like. And I think now that as time has gone on, a lot of these comics, of course, naturally deteriorate over the course of time, being, you know, the aging and the paper and all that other kind of stuff. So, be that as it may. Oh, yeah, Firestorm. You like the Firestorm run? See, I wasn't too big on Ostrander's Firestorm. I like Ostrander on some stuff. I loved Grimjack until I think he kind of went overboard with some of it. But anyway, Ostrander was a good writer. No question about it. Yeah, John Gaunt is the only Grimjack for me, Captain Fenity. Yeah, Peter David did some good Hulk. Not just with McFarlane. See, the thing, he did it with a lot of different artists and outlasted his artists. But also he did it for too long. The opinion of some, not all. So Jim Starlin, however, was a team of, he was a writer team of himself. But the paper that these comic books were printed on are simply a result of what was available. They were the vehicle, they were the vessel to carry these stories that come out of the minds of these artists, sometimes writers, writer artists, cartoonists. They were the vehicle. There was no, they were printed and put together with what was best available at the time. It's great to collect these things and keep them, preserve the things they were first printed on. I love that it's done. But to me, it does not supersede the importance of the ideas and the art and what the story that came out of the head of that creator. Any way we can preserve those and hopefully not screw around with them too much, like when they're reprinted and all that kind of stuff. That's what I'm big. I hate when they screw around with them. Don't get me wrong. But translate them as best as possible and make sure that they live in perpetuity. They go on, and the story, it's, in other words, as they was the play is the thing, the comic is the thing. And I don't just mean the thing, and that's in other words, the format doesn't matter to me. People hate digital, for example. Well, I have a couple of friends of mine's. I'm almost there myself. The eyesight's so terrible that being able to blow those panels up on a screen somewhere, it makes reading so much more enjoyable, so very enjoyable. At the same time, if I really love the comic, I want to have the physical copy of it. And I will have, if I love the comic, I want the physical copy. But that doesn't mean I can't go, wow, I can just read that really quick at digital. I don't have to mess with my original. Same token as if I have a bunch of comics collected up and I want to have the hardcover. I love the omnibuses, the hardcovers, the soft cover reprints. I love that I could pull them out and read compilations or do that. And I don't have, if I have a nice copy or a copy that I'm trying to keep in good shape, that's a very old, delicate, fragile, thing, I can keep that there and not have to mess with it. I've given away so many issues through the years after I stopped collecting. I still respect the artists. I hear you there, Dave Bob. I hear you, man. Oh, thank you, D-Bud. He says, the thing, remember 3 months Clobberin level? I hate digital too. That Herbie is annoying. Herbie. Yeah. I was talking about a different digital, but yeah, Herbie. I don't mind Herbie too much, even though that cartoon wasn't very good. At least Kirby created him, so I can accept him. It's a fair cop. But yeah, bounce any questions you may or may have. Let's do a comics Q&A. I've already reviewed the comic. Again, this is the last anything goes comic show I can do for another month because I've got the like I say, we got Kirby month starting this Wednesday. And every night other than our Clubhouse or our Saturday Night Star Trek is going to be all about Kirby, various Kirby topics. So, hey, Clobby, just get cataract surgery. Makes a big difference. I couldn't afford that, and I don't like that. I don't know if I like to take that kind of risk anyway with my kind of luck. Yeah, I don't want to risk it. I can see fine for driving and all that other stuff. I can even see my computer to monitor now because I'm wearing two pairs of glasses. Yes. And like that comic I just reviewed, man, my eyes don't, when I do that, when I read a comic on there, my eyes don't hurt at all. But I hold one with glasses and all this other stuff I'm using when I'm sitting, holding one in my hand with the light on it and stuff. My eyes start to hurt very quickly. And to me, it's the comic that was written and created. I don't care what your vessel is. If you're enjoying that comic, that's what was intended. It came out of the head and the hand of a creative person who told a story and gave you not only a good story with fun characters all the time, I'll give you some great pictures to look at. And God bless him for that, Unless it's Howard Chaykin, of course. Just kidding, Cap. Just kidding, Cap Vanity. It was a life changer. Yeah, look, I would love to be able to see. I've had very thick glasses since I was 10 years old. I just don't think I could. I couldn't. Like I said, those things are expensive, and yeah. But anyway, let's see here. Favorite medium, gum wrapper, says the thing. Well, that's fair enough. You get those on Yancey Street? They got like a little place you can buy your gum on Yancey Street. Jeremiah says, what is your favorite Spider-Man comic book or story arc? That's a good question there. You know, the boys on the comic shop at the comic shop of Nick's comic shop over the past few weeks, Nick's comic shop talk on Friday nights. D-Bud and the guys, they up until last week, they reviewed the entire Steve Ditko run. I joined them a couple times, but I was just every night. I didn't get a chance to finish all of my reviews, so I just kind of hung out with the boys and enjoyed their reviews of it. Some of that run is my favorites. But I think I love some of the ones that are coming up. Some of the stuff that went on in the Romita era, probably. It's tough to pick a favorite though. Because I got to be honest with you, I'm very bittersweet about the death of Gwen Stacy. The death of Captain Stacy's that was brutal. But I think some of the stuff coming up in the Romita run, I don't know if they're planning on covering Romita anytime soon, but they did cover the whole Ditko run, which, by the way, if you're a fan of Ditko Spidey, you should go to Nick's page and check out they reviewed first 42 issues over the course of the past. This year they did it for a couple of weeks, and last year they did it for a couple of weeks, and it was amazing. So, Jeremiah, that's a tough question. I wish I could give you a more definitive answer. So many great Spider-Man arcs, great Spider-Man stories. The death of Captain Stacy was a brutal one. The death of Gwen Stacy kind of ruined the impact of death on Captain Spacey. Yeah. I don't think they needed to kill Gwen. That was Stan's doing. Jerry Conway was just following orders. I don't know. Obviously, Stan was the boss. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. Oh, that is an interesting question. I like it. See, when I started, I'm so young. When I started, they were already a little bit past the death of Gwen Stacy. When we got to the Ross Andrew era. I wish I had a better answer for that. See, that's easier for the FF. I mean, the Inhuman Saga, the coming of Galactus. Yeah. Always liked Gwen more than MJ. Me too. Ravenscraft? Me too. I mean, I'm a redhead guy, so yeah, but I gotta love. Wagner likes the Roger Stern era. You're not alone. A lot of people do like that a lot. It was good. It's got the Boy Who Collects Spider-Man in that run. I was devastated when they killed Gwen. Mary Jane was an afterthought. Well, it's funny, though. They kept putting Mary Jane in those Ditko issues. They kept hiding her face, but teasing that she was going to show up one day. So somebody, I don't know about an afterthought. I mean, she was in the plans, and things were always weird, I guess. I don't know. But eventually, she popped up. I mean, Ditko started her. So much weird went on there. Face it, Tiger. You hit the jackpot. Yeah. I really hated the way they handled Mary Jane on the animated series in the 90s. Whoa, it's some dumb stuff, man. They did a lot of dumb stuff on that cartoon. I know it's a cartoon, but hey. Oh, Infinity, I'm so with you. That is one of the classic. John Romita really knocked it out of the park with that page with MJ, with Mary Jane. Yeah. Did any of you read? Hey, Dad Man, what's up, buddy? Dad Man walking right now. I mean, James. I said Dad Man. Well, hello to Dad Man as well. Mrs. Dad Man, hey there. Hey, JT Kirk, what's up, buddy? Mrs. Dad Man, what you doing? Hey, hey, hey. Well, good to see you, JT. Jeremiah says, to me, the Venom stuff was the best part of Spider-Man. How he has assembly hope that he can't control. That becomes his one biggest or his greatest enemy's Venom. I got you, Lisa. What's up, Lisa? I got you. I know what you meant there. I hear you, Jeremiah. Well, a lot of people do like that as well. Lisa, good to see you all. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Dadman. I was on a stream myself while you guys were on a different one, but I definitely stopped by and did the same. I left a like for you all, and I hope you all had a good stream. I liked MJ, but thought Gwen was Peter's first love. That almost broke him. Yeah, look, killing Gwen was wrong. I love Gwen, and I'm a redhead guy, but I did love Gwen, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so way it goes. Yeah, when you break these down by eras, man, it's tough to pick a favorite era. In some cases, of course, the whole Kirby era of FF. I mean, it's tough to pick and choose from that. Although they got better and better, it has certain spots that are better than others, of course. It's tough to cover them all, though. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to do? They don't make anything for me anymore. Oh, there's an idea. There's an idea. All right. Incredible Hulk. All right. I'm not going to show my stupid letters. All right. Oh, sorry, folks. Had a bit of a mess. My computer's getting everything messed up. Tech problem. See if I can find a tech solution. Oh, okay. All right. All right. Sorry, folks. Hey, Scott Knudsen. Hello there. Welcome. Greetings. Thank you so much for the super chat. You were too kind, my friend. He says, the problem with Gwen was they had kind of written themselves into a corner. She just hated Spidey so much. Yeah, that's true. It got to the point where all she did was hate Spidey and cry because Pete stood her up. That's not an invalid point. The thing says, Spider-Man is the pencil neck geek. Well, yeah. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that. It wasn't me, says Mark D. Yes, it was. You get all the blame. And I say that as someone who loved Gwen. No. I loved Gwen. And look, I hear you. You're not wrong, man. You're not wrong at all. Brian Hepburn loved most of the 83 through 86 Spidey. Okay. Let me see up in here for a second. Because I bought this comic. When I found out I had a letter printed and it said, "Oh, I bought it when it first came out." There we go. May as well embarrass myself. I was a dumb fanboy. Say that like that is some other kind. But I had a letter printed in this comic looking at Michael Golden cover. Whatever happened to the 3D man? Bill Mantlo, Sal Buscema. Wow, Sal did full pencils on this one. Man, I remember this one. Oh boy. Wood Gods in this one. Like the original X-Men, you'll love the new X-Men. Still uncanny after all these years. Remember that? Let's see something here. Let me check something up in here. It was 1980. Okay, 1980. That's right. So this comic is from 1980. Sorry, everyone. I'll find that ad again. How about that ad right there? See, let me ask you something, folks. Let's see here. I'm sorry, I lost track of the chat. Hang on a second. Dave Bob says, I still have the first 100 issues of Spectacular Spider-Man. Well, yeah, I'll never forget buying that first issue of Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man with the tarantula on the cover. I can tell. I don't know why this is. Some comic books, I can tell you where I bought it at. I mean, exactly that. I mean, that comic came out in 1976, and I remember where I bought the sucker. Or was it 76? I think it was 76. Like a lot of these comics. Let's see here. Gwagnar says, "Hey, I thought you didn't want your letter released. I don't, and I'm not going to show it, but I wanted to look at the issue for a second. You're right, Gwag. I don't. I hope it never gets showed." Let's see. That was the Fleischerman thing reboot that only lasted 10 issues. Yes, man. Skip to the hostess cakes. We'll see if they have any. If they have any, yeah. So look at this ad here, folks. What do you think of this? They've got a new creative team on the X-Men. Chris Claremont and some guy named John Byron and Terry Austin. You think it'll be any good? Are you skeptical? Are you nervous? Of course, the art for the ad is by Dave Cockrum, looks like to me. Or maybe, yeah, that's Dave Cockrum for sure. Yep. And yeah, there's that. I love looking at the ads. I'm not looking at the comic. I mean, I like Sal, but I'm just looking at the ads. Yeah, that was not a very good run on that on Man Thing right there. Oh, dear. Man, if they release an omnibus collection of all the hostess ads, and I'd absolutely pay for that. Yep, they could. I don't know if they could or not, but I would love to see that. Yep. Michael Fleischer, what a crazy man, huh? He might sue me like he did the Comics Journal. Oops. I might get sued. Michael Fleischer's no longer with us. I know what I'm saying. How about a Mr. Freeze pool float, everybody? How about some comic books for sale? Look at that, man. Fantasy Masterpieces #1. $5 for a reprint comic. That was a 75-cent reprint. I mean, what's wrong with you people? Don't trust these guys. Let's see. Captain America 100 for $12. Let's see what they got. See what the FF are on here. Oh no. Fantastic Four #20 and 30 for $20. Come on now. You gonna trust them? Don't trust those people. Look at these prices. Oh man. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. I love these Heroes Worlds ads. Oh yeah. You prefer the original X-Men, D-Bud? How dare you? Don't finish up the Man Thing run. The art was not good. I think Perlin. Yeah, it was. No, you're right. It's not too good, sir. So who wants some Heroes World goodies? Look at these. We've got some Hulk Spider-Man sunglasses, Hulk or Spidey, Batman or Spider-Man water gun. What? Cross company? What? Starfleet walkie-talkie. Look at the. I don't think so. Superheroes code flashers. Man, this guy's getting away. Marvel's let this guy get away with this crap too. I mean, that's licensed. Come on. Heroes World. Well, of course, they went out of business pretty quick though. Be elite. It's neat. Become a privileged Marvel subscriber. Greetings, culture lovers. I, the ever incredible Hulk, offer both sad and joyous tidings. Yeah. Anyway. Yep, Perlin is Hungry Boy's favorite. No question about that. Hungry Boy loves him some Perlin, man. I'll tell you. Where is Hungry Boy? Is he okay out there? Does he don't? I hope he's doing okay wherever he is. Haven't seen to him in a while, so we hope he's all right. There we go. I'm not going to show my. Oh, there we go. I just want to see some of these ads. I think. Oh, there we go. There's some more ads. Look at that, man. That's cool there. I want to see if we have any hostess ads in here. The Mighty Marvel Win Yourself Some Big Bucks contest. There we go. Here's our hostess ads, folks. We need to review. How about if we start doing hostess ads reviews? Who'll be up for that? We could review a hostess. Marvel or DC hostess advertisement. You like that, Scott? Oh, there you go. Well, there's one vote. Hell yeah. I might just go ahead and review this one right now. All right. Gwag says, if you like the ads, see if you can track down a copy of the book Mail Order Mysteries by Kirk Demarius. It shows exactly what you ended up getting when you bought the products and the ads. And that's cool. I'd like to see that. The Captain Marvel hostess ads is better than the Brie Larson, says Joe Dog. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to have to go along with you on that one, buddy. So here we go. Captain Marvel, TM. Oh, it's like advertisement. See, they tell you that it's an advertisement at the front. Captain Marvel, TM, defends the Earth! Exclamation point. And in quotes. So I'm going to go ahead and say this might be Sal pencils. It looks like Sal, but I don't think he inked it. Anyway. Neither here nor there, because I'll never tell you. It is decided, says this guy. We send Kree forces towards Earth to fulfill Fedor's energy manifestation of Earth plan. This is our plan hostess from outer space. And somehow that's supposed to be Kree. They're not blue, but all right, whatever. Maybe they're not supposed to. Might not be Kree. All right, I'm sorry. And Captain Marvel is talking to himself in space. There is no time to lose. The Earth chiefs of staff may take retaliatory measures too soon. Okay, sure. It is agreed. We will draw on all the Earth's military might to resist the suspected Kree attack. So they are the Kree. All right, the confirmation. Confirmation, they're the Kree. So here we go. And this guy, oh look, all the people of the planet, all the major people making that Earth decisions right there. Goody goody. But in comes Marvel. War is not the answer, gentlemen. Those who resort to violence have run out of ideas, but I have not. Even Fedor's inhuman warriors will not be able to resist the delicious golden goodness of Hostess Twinkies are cakes. Hostess are Twinkies are cakes. I should have said sorry. The chiefs of staff agreed to Captain Marvel's plan. Why not? Yeah, it's a great idea. The Earthship is not a weapon of war. The airship is not a weapon of war, but a cargo vessel. Delicious cargo, light golden sponge cake, delightful creamed filling. Indeed, there is more intelligence on Earth than we'd imagined. Now let's blast their ass with our eating and getting it. Never mind. Once again, you have foiled our enemies, Captain Marvel. With the aid of Hostess Twinkies cakes, gentlemen, you get a big delight in every bite of Hostess are Twinkies are cakes. Well, there you have it. You want to save the world from alien invaders? Break out the Hostess. With the mostest, I might add. By the way, Gwag, that the book sounds interesting. I need to check that. I need to track that down. So, all these years, the Fantastic Four and the Avengers and all of that, instead of punching the Kree, and even Marvel punching the Kree and shooting at them, just throw those. I love it. I love those ads so much. Oh, shoot. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to show that. Not showing that. No way. No how. I'll pick a different issue of the Hulk show, but not that. I've always thought this was not a particularly good way to issue. It's not a great cover for issue 250. Special double-sized collector's edition 250. Kind of shabby, guys. Again, Sal doing full art, which is nice, But hey, it's what are you gonna do? How did they celebrate? Let's hope he kicks some ass. Oh, he gets hit by a bull, but knocked out. Bruce Banner, man, he did have some luck. And there's Silver Surfer. Wow, Silver Surfer's taking care of some guys who are beating seals, clubbing seals. He won't have none of it. Wow. I remember this issue. Anybody remember this when I bought this? Of course, I think I had a subscription to Hulk. Silver Surfer ain't happy. So Surfer kicks some ass. And then why he ends up with the Hulk, I don't know. I have to go back and read it further. Hey, that's Captain Britain. There's the FF. He's just reliving stuff. What the hell's going on here? Hey, Migos. Wow. You got it, thing. You got it, thingy. Linrod, hey there. I mean, that didn't make all of you want a Hostess Twinkie. I got to admit, it didn't make me want a Hostess Twinkie. I want a blueberry pie. A Hostess. If I'm going to go with Hostess, I like the pies. I never was that big on the Twinkie. Is that evil? I mean, I like the ding dongies or whatever. Hostess ding dongs, those were good. Yes, clubbing baby seals. I hadn't heard of that in a while. A Silver Surfer takes a dim view of that. Yeah. Let's go to more random times for the Hulk. What about Rocket Raccoon? What about the UFOs, man? UFOs. Hey, how about some Saturday morning cartoons? NBC, Saturday morning, the Godzilla Dynamite Hour. The Flintstones Comedy Show. The Space Stars. Space Ghost. Astro and the Space Dogs. Wow, really? I don't even remember that one that much. I remember Teen Force and Herculoids, yes. Jetsons. And Daffy Duck. All right, Ravenscroft, have a good one. Thank you for being here. JD Lewis, what's up, buddy? It's good to see you. Are you feeling well? Hope you're doing better after your injury there, sir. You grew up too early, Dave Bob. Oh, well, I'm sorry, man. You should never do that. Too damn early, huh? Well, you know what? Are you saying you weren't watching Saturday morning cartoons at that point? Well, that was at the point where I think I'd stopped as well. I mean, wasn't watching quite as much. Anyway. Oh, man, I want that calendar. I want that Marvel calendar. That looks ram cool. Shiite. What else was I looking for? Oh, okay. Hang on a second. All right. Oh man, they're gonna do this to me again. Yeah, I'll get to that in a minute, I guess. Where were I? So yeah, I like that calendar. Forget Space Ghost. The Galaxy Trio were better than Space Ghost. What is wrong with you? What in the hell's wrong with you, boy? Better than Space Ghost? Really? Of course. You don't like Space Ghost? Oh man, I'm getting this book. Oh, there's a new book they're announcing. Unless it costs too much, I'm gonna try to get it. Anyway. So anyway, enough of that nonsense. I remember when the only cartoons were on Saturday morning. Yes. And the thing, and back then, Dave Bob, remember when if the times when we really loved the old Saturday morning cartoons, Sunday was very different. You get up on a Sunday and they wouldn't show, there was almost no cartoons on a Sunday, but there was cool stuff to show the next day. But we would always get, I remember Sunday mornings when I was a kid, we get some, they would rerun some college football games from the day before. Then they would run religious shows. Then even a religious cartoon called Jot. And then they would show some stuff like Harlem Globetrotters cartoon. JD Lewis says, nothing is better than Space Ghost. Space Ghost. Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Joe Dog's a big fan of Spidey and his amazing friends. There you go. Linrod liked the DC Space Ghost origin comic. I remember that. Interesting art. Yes. That's true. Sundays were for the cooler comics in the newspaper. True. True enough. Speaking of stuff that I'm probably not going to be able to afford that's coming out, I'm going to do some enabling like that would make Mark D proud, at least to me, This book. I want this book. Let's see. The inside scoop on the upcoming Mighty Marvel calendar book. I used to love those Marvel calendars. Anybody used to get those? They did a pretty good book on the Marvel stamps of the 70s. And this looks pretty cool. Mighty Marvel calendar book of visual history. They did some great art that was just for these calendars. Reprinted for the first time, all 7 of the Marvel's classic spiral-bound wall calendars from 1975 to 1981, featuring all new art by some of the biggest names in comics, including John Buscema, Sal Buscema, John Byrne, Gil Kane, Jack Kirby, Frank Miller, George Perez, John Romita Sr., Walt Simonson, Jim Starlin, and many more. Wow, this thing's going to have to be expensive. I can see it now. I want this thing, but it's going to be expensive, isn't it? Y'all concur with me that this is going to be pretty expensive and I shouldn't even look at it? Let's see. There are a few things that make these calendars particularly stand out. First, they all featured new splash images. They were all amazing. I mean, yeah. They were so cool. I never got all of them, but I had a couple. And they were all new work at the time. At the time, they weren't just taken from comics. The Marvel Comics Memory Album, 1977. Oh, man, I love this stuff. Now I got to find out how much this thing's going to run me. The book is listed by Abrams Comics in December. It's up for pre-order directly. Okay, I guess I got to go find out how much it is. Let me go find out just how much that puppy is. Do I want to know how much this thing is? Holy answer? No, you don't want to know. Jesus. You want to take a guess? No, sir. No, there's no such thing as the B word here, Maddie's daddy. Dave Bud. Bub, don't you dare, man. No, I don't need it that bad. Probably sucks. Don't worry about that. I better stop liking stuff now because people are going to think I want to. No, believe me, don't do that. But thank you. I mean, you're all nice. You're all nice to say that, but don't worry about it. But it looks pretty cool. Let's go look at stuff that doesn't make me want to. Easy or to claim. Let's see what else. Oh my. What is this? All right, what is this thing? Okay, let's take a look at this together here. I'm sorry if I'm trying to find something to show you that's really crazy. But I can't. All right, see. There's a comic called, it's called The Curious Case of When Superman Met the Rocketeer. It's a long story. Let's see. 1977 was 20 years old and was watching Star Wars. Well, yeah, man. Oh no, it's not over 1,000. It's just $50, but I can't, it'll probably go down at some point. They all do. I always watch books like that, and I got that stamp book. I ended up getting that stamp book pretty cheap, considering. All right, so here we have all right. The best Superman comic never published by DC Comics. Posted in the update from the other day. Over the weekend, on the late Dave Stevens' birthday, we represented a piece about Adrian Van Viersen's Rocketeer meets Superman artwork. Click here to check on it. We'll check on it real quick. We'll click here. Adrian sent conceptualizing a team up between Dave Stevens' beloved adventure of the Rocketeer meeting Superman. The guy came up with a concept for that. But they just showed those pieces to check it. Anyway, a lot of folks discovered that this 2017 piece as well. So we figured it'd be a good time to throw it wide again. Every time we've posted it, people have loved it, and we love giving the people what they want. So here goes, Dan. Just the other day, I reiterated how Superman and Action Comics are the best they've been in years. Superman, I know, love is blah, 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 blah. That's Funko. Oh, look at that. Look at that Funko Superman Action Comics. I wouldn't mind getting that, actually. It gets better, though, as timing would have it. Into my inbox popped a note from an artist named Adrian Van Viersen, who's done storyboards for many of the blockbuster properties, such as X-Men films, the new Apes series, Game of Thrones, Arrow, and a lot more, judging by his IMDb file. Turns out that Adrian As a labor of love, took it upon himself to produce a full-length Superman comic that reimagines his Golden Age adventures. I'm not going to play this video, but you can go. There's a video there. It's a super treat, and I want to share a sequence with you, as well as Adrian's intro and afterward, since he doesn't own Superman, obviously, blah, blah, blah. Dear DVC, publish this. Even this is a digital exclusive. There has to be a way to turn this into an official release. Even better, help Adrian finish the story because he's in blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so here's some art from it. Superman, the Golden Age. This is some really cool looking art. And this is him. He doesn't have his costume yet. And he sees the old circus strongman. And then something's happening. Clark Kent, there's trouble at the Big L. There's somebody in trouble. Clark sees that outfit on the clothesline. So he goes and takes it. This is cool. And he goes, and that's how he gets his costume. Is that not cool? Come on. I would love to see this comic. Oliver Belamonte, welcome. Man, look at this, dude. I'm going to run it by again. Just a little nothing of it, not a nothing, a very insignificant actually, because they never show how he gets his costume, and it's kind of fun. The Golden Age Superman. We all know it was based on the circus strongman while he's at this circus. Look at that. That's badass there. Oh, shit. So I thought you'd enjoy that. I thought that's very cool stuff. Mr. Gas Mask, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Yeah, so would like to see that again. Did any of you ever see Superman War of the Worlds? Elseworlds comic? Out of curiosity. Yeah. Just wondering. Pretty cool comic. And that art kind of reminds me of it in a way. Yeah. Well, I'd buy that too, Limron's very badass. So let's see here. Let me find it. Yeah. All right. So did anyone ever see wrong one? Yeah, there you go. Superman War of the Worlds. Cool, a very cool Elseworlds comic that takes place, of course, during the Golden Age. Michael Lark has a very interesting style. I won't show it all in case you ever want to go out and read that one, but that's a pretty good comic. He flies a little bit. I think he's more of a lead. It's kind of a cross between the. If I remember, now it's been a long time since I've read this one, Linrod, but I think he flies in this one. But I don't know. Sometimes they don't. Some people like to go with the old the leaping or the hybrid of that. Oliver said, Clobby, rumor says that actor Cillian Murphy in Nolan's film Oppenheimer is a possible candidate to play F4's nemesis, Dr. Doom. Does he fit in as Doom, you say? He's a good actor. I think I could see him, growing into the role. Remember, whoever plays him is going to be behind him, the metal mask, if they're doing it right anyway. If they're not doing it right, that's different. And he's going to have to, have a certain charisma and abilities that I don't know much about. I've seen the guy in one or two things. He's a good actor. Could he be Doom? It's certainly possible, but I couldn't rule it out unless some of you who are more familiar with him than I might say no. A good question. I'm not sure. But it is a good question. And you never know. You never know. Hot picks on sale this week. Is that toys? Oh, comics. Action figures. There we go. Maddie's daddy says he could do it. Yes. Oh, yeah. Fleischer cartoons are fantastic, Nick. Let's see here. Oh, wow. They're doing some enabling on my own tonight. Let's see here. Penguin 66 submarine. Oh, good Lord. Fold out playset you've waited decades for. You're kidding me. Oh, my goodness. That is too cool. Oh, no. Wow. Oh, Lordy. Look at that. The Penguin sub from the Batman 66 movie. Oh, that's too badass to be real. As a playset? Oh, no. Really? Come on. You got to be kidding me. That's fantastic. It's in a box. I love that box. Oh, look at that, dude. Is that really? That's just this. Wait a minute. Where's the whole submarine? Oh, this is the original model from the film right here. Wow, that's beautiful. So here you got a fold-out toy set. That's so cool. Is it in the box form? I see. That's badass. See if it's open up. Open it up. There you go. Open it up. There you go. That's so cool. That's the control session of the. Yes, like a TOS. Mark D, what you doing, dude? You all right? You okay? Hope you're feeling all right, dude. So, but that's pretty cool, though. $85. Woo. Well, you expect nothing surprising about that, really, I guess. Oh my God, new Captain Action. Why does Captain Action looks like Reed Richards? Yes, it comes with back shark repellent. Of course, don't ask silly questions. Sean Carter, what's up, buddy? He looks like Reed Richards right there. Yeah. And that's Action Boy. Okay. Oh, that's Major Action. Okay. There's Dr. Evil. Oh, my God. They got it. All right, not saying anything. Idiots. Hey, 13 Barbie. No, thanks. "13 most outlandish Asian Batmobiles." "10 Batmobiles." Wow, ranked. I like this blue one. It's an outside possibility. Batman's got a red car. Yee. This was great. Why do I love this one? It's so stupid. It's red. That's what I was trying to find out. Mark D, will you be doing a show tomorrow night? If not, cool, but let everybody know. We'll announce it now. He said, should be good. So Tuesday night, Geekery tomorrow night. Okay. All right. So that, I guess that's an announcement of yes. So I'll make sure we will plug it. Oh, I like that one too. It's just too weird to like. It's too weird not to like that one. Oh, you got the Guts Greatness, dude. The Captain Action was awesome. I just ordered the Gil Kane hardcovers. Did that come out yet, JD? I had the comics. I saw all the issues of the comic. Of course, I love Gil Kane's Captain Action, and I love the toys and everything. So I remember, of course, I was too young to buy the toys in the old days. But in the 90s, when they re-released it, all the re-releases of the Captain Action toys, I got a bunch of them. Not all of them, of course, but I got a bunch of them. Still do have them. Tuesday night geekery at Terrificon. Tuesday night Terrificon geekery. All right. What time? Same mark time, same mark channel. Look at that one. That's weird too. Weird, wild stuff. Oh man, what in the hell is that? What in the crap is flat Batmobile? What in the frickle? Okay, same geekery time. That would be 10 Eastern. I'll be there. Larry, what's up, duder? Good to see you, buddy. The great Larry. What is his? How? This is a Batmobile? That's ridiculous. Yeah, I don't know what the. It looks like a sandwich. Oh Lord, what in the? Oh my God! Boy, that's a crazy ass Batmobile right there. And there's another one. What in the crap? These are hilarious. I love seeing this stuff. Now that one's the silver one's kind of cool. I don't know why. They can't even get it the same color as on the one on the box. Weird, wild stuff. That's right, the Flatmobile. That's about right. Good call. Oh, what in the holy crap is that? Hey, holy ridiculous looking thing. Commode you're sitting in, Batman. God, Jesus. Oh dear. That's a red one. That's ready, all right. That one's ready. Oh, my. No, that's some fun stuff right there. Boy, oh, boy. I think we saw that. I think we looked at this one already. There you go. Oh, my God. We all know that Mark D with the C is definitely going to be buying this one. No question about it. What do you think? Everyone, what do you think? You think Mark D buys this one or what? I mean, if that front shop, it's got the bomb for some reason. Why is that bomb there? I mean, that's not for the movie. Look at that back. I mean, there's no way he doesn't buy this. Mark D is buying that one. Jesus Christ. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Oh, my goodness. $7-11. I want me a Slurpee. Now, I don't ever remember seeing a Martha Kent cup, though. That I remember. That I don't. Thunder. Well, there you go. Oh man, oh man. Folks, I think we're gonna go ahead and start moseying on out of here a little bit because we've been here for a couple hours, and it's a Monday night. Let everybody get the week started off right a little bit. I had a lot of fun again, like I said earlier, on J-Man's channel, reviewing all of the Legion of Superheroes. We're doing that on. If you're a Legion of Superheroes fan and you don't know about this, 3 Mondays out of the month, J-Man and Sean over on J-Man's great channel. We review chronologically, chronicle and review form the Legion of Superheroes, every appearance from the very beginning to the very end of the Silver Age to the beginning of the Bronze Age, the end of the Bronze Age. And we did 3 more tonight, and we got 3 more to do next week, and all but 1 week out of the month. So that I'm looking forward to, and I want to thank J-Man for having me on tonight for that. Had a fantastic time. Sorry, don't worry about it, Larry. No big deal, man. Just glad to see you pop in. Like I said, we love it when you make it, but even if you don't make it for the whole thing, just stop in and say hello at least. So, and Oliver, good to see you, my friend. And so, show notes. Let me see. Let's all talk about what's going on. But there we go. Mark, we'll have tomorrow night, folks. I'll, of course, as I'm often do, I will be at Midnight's Edge After Dark with the great Tom Con on his amazing channel, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time with the gang over there. But later after that, I will be joining the great Mark D with a C for some Sunday. It's usually Sunday night geekery, but it'll be a special. He was not able to do the geekery last night. He was not feeling particularly well. We hope he's going to be feeling better by tomorrow night. Our good friend Mark said, "Would you look? Just feel better, dude. Get well. That's all that matters." But we he's going to do a special edition of the Sunday night geekery just on the tomorrow night, Tuesday night geekery, where he's going to have. He attended Terrificon way up there I think in Connecticut this past weekend, and he's going to have a ton of pictures and cool stuff to show us. You have not geeked out properly on the YouTube if you've not been here from one of Mark's streams, whether it's been him hanging out on my channel or on his, showing us all the pics and all the cool stuff that he takes pictures of when he goes to these cons. Sometimes, or when he goes in his basement, he can do it. But when he goes to cons, he gets lots of great pics, and we always have a great time seeing his chronicled adventure at the con, and that will be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that tomorrow. It'll be 10 p.m. It'll be 10 p.m. Eastern time, as always. And so please, it's Tuesday night, and nothing really going on tomorrow night, really. It's going to be a lot of fun. Please join us for the geekery. And then where we at? Yep, lots of cool stuff to show. Please, definitely. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is always so cool. I hope you'll join us. What else? Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, and then of course on Wednesday nights, I usually, if he's having it, the comic book roundtable with Loki and the gang. 7 p.m. Central. I always hang out there with my good buddies there, and then our great buddy Stone Loki and the gang. And then on Wild Card Wednesday night, here back on my channel, same Clobby time, same Clobby channel, 9 p.m. Central. August begins, and which means Jack Kirby month begins. As you know, I do four shows a week. One is a comic book show like we do here tonight. I just did here tonight. And usually Wednesdays are wild. It could be comics, it could be anything, but not this month. Obviously, on our clubhouse on Thursdays are going to be pretty much the same, and our Saturday night Star Treks will be pretty much the same. But all the Mondays and all the Wednesdays will be devoted to celebrating the legendary King of Comics, Jack King Kirby, doing various topics of discussion and reviews, and just basically talking about the great. I've always dedicated August on my show for as long as I've been doing it as Jack Kirby month, and this, of course, is no exception. So, starting Wednesday night, it is all month. It is Jack Kirby month on Clobberin times. So, I hope you will all join me for that. And again on Thursday nights, I do hang out again at Tom's Great Midnight Says After Dark at 6 p.m. And then on like I say, even though it's still Jack Kirby month, we're going to do the normal clubhouse on Thursday nights, 9 p.m. Central. I'll throw some Kirby in there, of course, but it'll be our usual reviews of Tales of Tomorrow, reviews of a Star Trek comic, and of course Jerry Anderson's UFO. On Friday nights, I go visit my good buddies for the Friday Night Comic Shop Gang, 8 p.m. Central. Excuse me, 8:30 a.m. Central, 8:30 p.m. Central. Blah, 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 blah. The great Nick Weiser and the comic shop fellas there. It's a lot of fun. And then, of course, there's always Saturday Night Star Trek. Same Trek time, same Clobby channel, 9 p.m. Central. Every Saturday night, reviewing episodes of Real Trek, meaning 66 through 05, the only Trek that counts. In this case, we are all now up to Star Trek Voyager. We're reviewing all of the Trek series. We're now up to Voyager. We've got 4 more episodes of review with my wonderful first officer, the amazing Commander R.M. Briggs. So, looking forward to that. Now, again, I want to thank everybody for hanging out with me tonight in the first hour. Of course, reviewing this comic was a lot of fun. I picked it out at random just a couple of minutes before we went on the air. I know it didn't do much justice probably, but I hope you enjoyed talking about it, or, well, me just going on about it as much as I enjoyed going on about it. Sean Carter, buddy, what's up? Says, I'll have Raquel's NX01 finished by Thursday. Oh, my goodness. Your birthday's Thursday. Well, man, happy birthday, buddy. I'll email you pics and maybe a 5-second video so we can hear her reaction. That would be cool. That would be great, man. Appreciate it. So, all right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for being here tonight. I really appreciate it. And, hey, just have a great week. Thank you so much, and Clobberin, clobberers.
Clobberin time! Clobberonimo! Get those nerds! 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 What?
Brain and brain. What is brain?
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
I just love clobberin time.